promoting universal access to digital technologies for all children everywhere, while protecting them from the dangers present in the cyberspace is one of the key challenges of modern times. Just as available to adults, at the mere touch of a button, the younger generation can call up the entire history of mankind, explore every corner of our planet, experience scientific discovery in all its various forms, and communicate with anyone they want to, anywhere, irrespective of their age, race, or nationality.
The internet is a very good tool for doing research in the modern day world. I mean, virtually everything you need is on the internet. So if one does not have internet knowledge, it's very difficult in today's world for that person to cope, be it academically, socially, and otherwise, even business-wise and what have you. So I think the opportunities in the internet are very numerous, and they are so vast as the ocean. You cannot really say this is where it stops. It's very wide, and it's beneficial in today's world.
It connects the whole world. You understand what is going on in all the facets of life. So it's a very good facilities as far as the economy is concerned.
A report by Pew Research Institute, an internet research company, reveals that 93% of teens aged 12 and 17 go online, as do 93% of young adults aged 18 to 19. Over the past 10 years, teens and young adults have been consistently the two groups most likely to go online, even as the internet population continues to grow. Parents, schools, and even governments are increasingly investing time and money to ensure that children have access to digital technology so they can fully maximize the benefits therein.
There's no way we can prevent children from having access to the internet. It's the in thing. It has its advantages and disadvantages. But the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages. So my take is that children should be allowed to go on the internet at all levels.
Children can learn from the internet, but just like the television, I think there has to be some level of protection.
They're able to connect with so many things that they're unable to know, or maybe when they want to go into research, or maybe what the teacher teaches them in schools and what they want to know better.
Some school of thought think this should not be. To them, the dangers associated with the internet are more than the advantages.
The more you do it, the more experience you get. I say front can enter forward now.
You know good, they spoil children. Even there our church, they tell all those men, say make their children, make them know they use them, you know good. Them they use them spoil. Even though the thing then they watch they are no good. Instead of to them put interest, the thing them they do or for school or for God, just them they do no good.
But whether or not children are provided access to the internet, the reality is with their innocent curiosity, they are able to explore the internet with or without the consent of their guardians, either at home, in school, or in other public places. And the internet, of course, opens up the world for all, irrespective of your age.
Whether we like it or not, internet has come to stay. So it is our responsibilities now to ensure that we don't expose our children to so much danger on the internet.
Home is the number one school. It's the number one church or mosque. Home is the number one social group that should educate children on what to do. And I want to believe that parents also should have an understanding of what exists, what the internet can do to build or to destroy. When they have that understanding, it's not to be fearful, but it's for them to understand so that they know how to guide their children and how to restrain them if they have to, and not to just let them loose. Because many of the parents, even for 5-year-olds, they give to them all kinds of gadgets uncontrollably. And so parents have to take this God-given responsibility seriously.
The danger aspect of it is the issue of pornography, and because most of the time they watch all these nasty things on internet, which creates very disastrous, or even is a danger to the livelihood of our children.
What should concern parents and guardians is not how to stop children from visiting the internet, but how to do so without the risk of being abused or molested. As the internet makes us vulnerable to abuses of our identity, our privacy, our integrity, and our dignity as human beings.
There are things that we need to guard against, and also the need for children to balance their lives so that they are not all the time on games, on all of these things. But the vulnerability of the child through the internet has so many levels. There are those who are told, for instance, a child, I was watching in England last year, a child committed suicide because on Facebook, or I can't remember which of these sites, was told that she was worthless. And that information continued until she felt she was worthless and she killed herself. There are those who join cults on the internet. There are those who join all kinds of things on the internet.
The question is, whose responsibility is it to ensure our children are safe online, and how do we do this?
The government giving this and say no small boy above less than 15 years can go in that internet. Nobody can do it. And the police will be monitoring them. But anybody from 18 can go it. So there's no cause in that.
Parental control should be put in place.
Parents are supposed to spend more time with their children than any other person. So if they don't check what their children are watching on the internet or what they are listening to in terms of podcasts and what have you, then it could be a challenge. Then people in the school and in the community, because like the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. It doesn't stop at the parent, but the parent is the primary line.
The internet and the technologies that enable us to use it gives us the opportunity to advance technology towards a world that is more open, inclusive, free, and democratic. But that very freedom and openness will require greater responsibility from all stakeholders in ensuring that children are safe on the internet.